Donate to the charity of my choice this month, Knitted Knockers. I think you know the drill by now, but yeah, they could really use your support, and it's been feeling pretty good hearing all of these stories. That's one reason why I do these charities. It helps to raise awareness, and I like to hear what goes on with people. It's like I'm making a difference. Or, I don't know, maybe you are. Okay, we're going on. And if there's anything else we should know, comment down below. Hey, that rhymes. Donate today. And remember, get your checks, and you are loved, you are wanted, and you got this. Now on with the video.
Oh, Sydney! I was so
Beat it! Sydney's gone, and this guy only looks out for numero uno.
All you care about is pizza?
Okay, I wasn't planning on doing this, but I kinda got a couple of requests, so I have to, and I am bound by the rules of nature because I am not a furry cat. Hi, I'm Kitty Monk, and I'm here to talk to you about American Dad, or more specifically, Roger. Again, I don't mean to do it, it just happens. Earlier in my life, I made a video about the top 10 most evil Roger personas, and after I made that video, you guys told me I should make a video about the top 10 nicest Roger personas, and I decided, okay, it seems like fun, I'll give it a try. So let's discuss. Same rules apply, so let's get started. I just want to jump right in. Here are the more than 10 top 10 nicest Roger personas, starting with
Oh, good. You're all here. I hate to break it to you, but you have a moisture problem in your vents.
I know. Many of you are itching for me to include Roland Chang, and I did. Mostly because I have to. I don't really like this guy. He's just like there. He's meant to be Roger's nicest persona, promote positivity, all that good crap. But he's still Roger, and Roger has no clue how to be nice because he biologically is wired to be mean.
Forgive me.
Ah, you dumb son of a... No, that's not who Roland is. Hey, you're doing great!
So there's only so much he can do and so much I can talk about. When Stan has to go to the Vatican and get sacred daggers to kill his adopted grandson, Roger comes with, as Roland Chang, there's jokes.
Roland Chang. Super positive Asian. Let's go! This is the most important thing ever! You wait here. Jeff and I will get the daggers.
He's meant to be nice, but he really isn't, especially with these other entries, and he really doesn't do anything. Like, he's just like, yay, way to go. But even though, like, Haley still shoots him, so, But I guess his whole purpose is to be nice, so yay, he gets to be here.
And to do that, you must communicate from your heart. Go ahead, open your eyes. Hello. I'm Clop.
Did you guys do the same? I will be disappointed if you didn't. Clop only appears for one scene outside of the occasional cameo, but he changed our minds and touched my parts. Touched our hearts, you filthy creep. But anyways, Stan and Francine are doing therapy with Proto-Dr. Penguin, and as a lesson on trust, he decides to use a therapy horse who isn't Dr. Champ. Presenting Clop.
How are you, Mr. Clop? Do you like being petted?
No, you guys actually have to do it for reals. I'm, like, serious. But yes, Clop is nice because this is his entire purpose. Testing people. To show you're ready to trust your partner, you must first get an animal to trust you, because animals can smell if you're evil. They're like babies. If you pass the test, you get Clop's hoof, and you get to proceed in therapy. Franny wins easily, but Stan isn't playing along.
Give me your foot.
It's a hoof, and you have to earn it.
Give me your damn hoof!
Nay, you're spooking me!
Evil Stan. He's like a plastic bag, drifting through the wind, ready to start again. But yeah, I feel like if you want to get, I don't know, Clop is supreme. That's what we're getting at here.
Nay!
What the hell are you doing?
I'm playing a role, sir. What are you doing?
Except for Mrs. Weinsteinopoulos. What the hell are you doing?
I'm doing the only thing I know how to do. Love the boy I've brainwashed into believing he's my son.
Ignoring the fact he brainwashed a dude to be his son, which paints a bad implication for Roger's other personas but human families, well, I kinda like her. Stan has to teach at the CIA Academy, and one of his students is Dimitri. Of course, any episode of American Dad isn't complete without Roger, so here he comes. As an overprotective Greek mother, mother, well, Greek Jewish mother, who reminds me of Mike Myers in SNL.
Mrs. Weinsteinopoulos. Half Greek, half Jewish, all overprotective mother.
We talked about boundaries.
And I told you, my heart knows none.
That's a mouthful. I need some spanakopita.
Spanakopita?
Oh my god, Roger. Spanakopita. You uncultured swine. It's the best Greek holiday. Roger shows up to help his son at the CIA boot camp along with Stanford Pines.
Oy vey. Or as us Greek people say, I smell some funky hummus.
What the hell, Smith? Midterms are in 2 days.
But I'm just saying. And for how annoying she can be, well, she does mean well. She just wants her son to succeed. I mean, who wouldn't want their son to succeed? And when Dimitri gets kidnapped, she journeys everywhere with Stan to find him.
Professor Smith! Dimitri's mom!
My baby! Look at these miserable conditions. Look at your weird body. Are you all right?
And she actually is the one to rescue him, so yay. But I wonder what happened to the real Mrs. Weinsteinopoulos. Wait, I shouldn't question. Sorry, there isn't really a lot to say here, just she's a caring mom, so yeah, she is nice, therefore she qualifies. And I don't really think I've talked about her yet, so yeah, she gets a spot.
You do not tell this woman how to raise her child.
You do not tell her how to raise me.
No, you do not.
You have no idea what this woman has done.
Aw, the one Smith that never was. The family, minus Steve, is going on a college tour with Haley, which requires a flight. And they clearly don't know how to manipulate the system by either sitting in the very, very back on JetBlue or in a window seat on United. And Roger has the best persona available to ensure they can pre-board, because I am terrified of checking a bag and overhead space is practically non-existent. Caitlin Miracle Smith.
My middle name is Miracle because I was born attached to a dead twin who had a second butt where its mouth was supposed to be.
That is messed up.
Of course, thanks to what happens in the episode, the Smiths are delayed, so therefore Roger wants a drink to make the time go by faster. Wait, so why can I get drunk off my rocks on a plane, but I can't enter the aircraft if I'm already drunk? Like, I'm just gonna sleep it off. And come on, you'll let me be on the plane if I'm on the rag. Roger requests a drink, but to everybody else, he's just a kid.
Need booze. I'm dying. Franny, I want you to take over my Blimpies franchise.
Of course, Roger could just tell Francine to order the drink for him, but he's Roger and we need a subplot. So he pretends to be Stan.
Sweetheart, I'll have a mango teeny, shaken, not stirred. Stirred. Is that how I say it? Stirred. Why are you still here?
And he gets his drink, but yeah, stuff happens. Now you might be thinking I chose Caitlin because she's a small child and children are innocent. Yeah, you clearly had never been to cons or Chuck E. Cheese's or Disney or public schools. You need to get out more, and it shows. But the point is, Caitlin means well. She's just a little kid, and once she gets what she wants, she quiets down.
I'm begging you, change back into your Caitlin costume.
Not until I find my little angel.
You are that little angel, dumbass.
Oh.
Parents, if your kid is acting up, give them alcohol. It works every time. Scotch on the gums. But there's a whole subplot, so go watch the episode. At least they found her.
They found her!
Thank God.
I'm coming out of my shell! Maybe I'll even let Ronnie hold my hand.
Feed the fish.
And I didn't even get to Ronnie!
Best line overall. Nothing else comes close, ever. In Pride Before the Fail, Haley learns that if she graduates from Croft Community College, Dan will kick her out of the house. Even though community college is usually a 2-year thing, not like a bachelor granting thing. Just saying, Haley is likely gonna have to go to another college, and Stan knows that Haley and Jeff can't survive on their own just yet. Hey, that rhymes too.
Family rules clearly state, after college, each child will forge out on their own without financial or emotional support from the parents/guardians.
Yeah, I don't like the premise of this episode. Like, yeah, I don't like less money, more problems, and how it tries to justify Haley and Jeff being freeloaders, but Stan knows by this point that the two of them will move out when they're ready, and clearly they aren't ready just yet. Roger wants Haley out of the house so he can have her room.
You're supposed to be helping me.
Sorry, we gotta drop everything kind of situation. This room hasn't been on the market in 19 years, and the landlord doesn't have a friggin' clue what it's worth.
That's a good callback to Stan Knows Best. And to be sure she moves out, he takes on a new persona. This chick.
Some of us are trying to learn.
Roger, what are you doing here?
It's Lacey Crinklehole, and I'm here to make sure you graduate.
This is about my room, isn't it?
Sure is.
Aw, so cute. I mean, she has a bunch of cute little hobbies.
Boring? Does liking horses sound boring?
Not to blitz. She tries to be a study buddy to Haley, and she seems to succeed. Haley's grades are boosted. She's in the class, and the teacher believes she's there and actually participating even if she isn't.
For Rosa Parks.
Miss Smith, excellent work.
Damn it, how did you...
I was president of the AV club.
But unfortunately, Roger is too committed to the character of a boring, bland college girl who has never heard of a word that begins with a V and rhymes with the word Mariah. So Haley is able to get her goat by getting her drunk.
F+.
No! Now I'll never go to Harvard and make my sick mother proud! She has the bubonic plague. Thanks for asking, by the way.
But Roger pulls a better one, making Lacey's deaf because the partner of any student who commits unalive gets an automatic A. Wait, really? Wait, never mind.
No!
In lieu of official grief counseling, the school is partnering with Yoshinoya to offer all grieving students coupons.
Clever. I thought about either including her or Bonnie Ramirez, but yeah, she won out. And I think it's a bit more genius, in a sense. Like with Bonnie, it was basically just Roger screwing with Francine in a Looney Tunes fashion. Here, yeah, he kind of is doing the same with Haley, but he is in character, and it's hard to disturb Roger when he's in character.
You're gonna crush the speech tomorrow. You're an amazing orator.
Well, I was selected by my peers to read the Emancipation Proclamation at Disney World in Orlando.
But even Haley is able to get one on him. She makes Lacey out to be a liar, which of course means...
Lacey Crinklehole alive? Change the transcripts! Haley Smith fails!
Haley stays!
Roger, you idiot! But couldn't Haley just, get a W for her classes, or is it, too late for that? Or, switch her major, I don't know. She even said in the one where Stan becomes the security guard why she still goes to Groff.
Your camp suck?
Oh, no, you're not going to be there, are you?
No, because midterms are next week, and I always quit before those.
See? Yeah, I think that's a part of why I don't like this episode.
Now, sweetie, try to remember. When was the last time your husband satisfied you?
Last night.
Do you know that to be the only and absolute truth? And therefore the Christian truth?
When I made my first Roger list, many of you wanted me to include Ruby. I even had a guy come up to me at Level Up Expo and ask me why I didn't. And hey, I don't mind. I take all opinions into account. But the reason I didn't was, one, I'm not the biggest fan of Ruby since I feel like they could have leaned more in, albeit I do like what we got. And honestly, Ruby just felt like one big Poltergeist parody, and honestly guys, I am not that big on Poltergeist parodies. I mean, I kinda like what they did here with Francine, but I don't like how it's the same thing every time.
Boo!
The Halloween decorations!
Devil Austin Powers!
Happy Halloween, baby.
Even Family Guy, I think I only really liked that episode because of nostalgia, since it was one of the first Family Guy episodes I saw. But here we go, your wish is granted, Ruby finally made a list. Lately, the Smiths have been haunted by a ghost who looks like Francine.
Well, maybe 20 pounds ago.
In a wedding dress for some reason. Is it supposed to parody something? Or is it a sign that the last time Francine felt satisfied was back then? Oh my god. Roger and Steve try to uncover the reason for the haunting, but they fail. So Roger calls upon his persona of Ruby for help.
Greetings. My name is Ruby Zelderstein. I'm a medium to the other side, and I make a hell of a shoe-fly pie.
Are we really going to do this?
True, in many ways, Ruby is basically just Roger in a dress and old lady makeup, when he says that she owns the rights to the story, so if anything happens, well, she wants money.
What are you doing?
I just drew a trademark sign with my finger, child, because I've registered the word poltergasm. Any movie scripts you write based on your experiences here, Ruby gets a slice.
Yeah, as we learn later, there really was a trademark for that she stole. But Ruby is serious about helping the family. As she uncovers, the haunting is caused by Francine's repressed feelings towards the mattress mambo with Stan, since Stan is apparently a selfish lover, or a one-and-done type no foreplay lover.
Mom, this makes sense. The way you look at Mauricio and me, you are clearly jealous and repressed.
Yes, this foul spirit was born of a lie and nurtured by repression.
Which, yes, is in character considering white rice, and clearly Francine isn't in the wrong herself for not telling Stan what she wants and clearly communicating that in bed, since the nasty is one of those things that is dependent on verbal communication. Just saying, people aren't mind readers. If you want it to be better, say it. But anyways, Ruby does mean well, mostly because Roger doesn't want to die, but hey, that'll motivate anybody.
I'm not going out like this. This is Mexican tar Viagra. Now down it.
Oh, they taste terrible.
That's because they're suppositories.
She does help Mauricio when she really doesn't have to. I mean, he's not one of them.
Mauricio, be strong. Just follow the rope into the light.
And tell Stan the only way to make the haunting stop is to bring Francine to ecstasy, a word I don't like to use outside of its brand name, but I am afraid of demonetization. But Roger himself did invent ecstasy, so maybe that is kind of fitting. At least the house is eventually clean.
Well, oh no, gross! I just need a new belt!
Ew!
I love it!
So I'm a symbol of love. That's nice.
I can't believe you remembered that I love grotesque flowers.
I guess this one technically doesn't count. One of my rules when I make a Roger list is that I have to include a persona that's named. But I guess one time I did include Roger's kite persona, and hey, it's an object so it doesn't have to be named. And hey, a flower doesn't have to be named either. What I like about Roger is that he doesn't just persona as people, he can sometimes be objects. He could be kites, dummies, and at one point he was a flower, which I think is actually kind of cute. Like, some people were like, oh, it's so stupid. No, it's so Roger. The family is gearing up for a trip to a buffet courtesy of Dr. Weitzman. Go watch that A-plot. But Roger can't go because he's depressed with malaise for reasons. And apparently he can't take medication like I do. And I can kind of tell that Seth MacFarlane recorded this episode in his closet or his bathroom.
What were you asking me?
I just wanted to know if you were coming to the buffet.
He thinks I can go to a buffet. Now, in the middle of this chaos.
Yeah, 2020 was a rough time for us. Roger goes for a walk to clear his head, but nothing seems to work. Part of me thought they were gonna imitate the yellow wallpaper, and that part of me is still disappointed because no show ever makes fun of the yellow wallpaper. But Roger has an epiphany. Flowers have no care, they just sit around and do flower
Look at those flowers. Not a care in the world. Sitting around eating bees all day.
Roger decides to become a flower and subsists by eating bees.
Yuck. I don't like the taste, but I'm a flower, so I gotta get used to eating bees.
So Roger is the reason they keep disappearing. Dude, did you not watch the Bee Movie? When it wasn't full of memes, it made a good point as to how honeybees are essential to life on Earth, and if they were to die or go away, we would be dead. Roger loves life as a flower, even if I feel like it would just make the depression worse, since he's literally just sitting there with his thoughts, and they say when you're depressed, the best thing you can do is force yourself to do stuff, because then either you can distract yourself, or you get the blood going, and then it helps stimulate your mind or some crap. I don't know.
Meltdown averted.
But he is kidnapped by flower poachers. Wait, what?
What's that thing?
I thought it was a flower, but I'm not so sure now.
Check out its nasty root bulb. Looks like a gross gray...
I wish we saw this from their perspective, how they see Roger. I'm sorry, what do they see? For 2 months, Roger sits in a flower shop, dang. But he's eventually bought by a couple. Aww, I told you, I know you rock. Roger is at least happy, he can make a couple happy, but here comes a dark twist because it's Roger. It's not a loving couple, it's two people cheating.
Now who the hell is this?
Jennifer, what's going on? What is that hideous flower?
Your wife happens to love hideous flowers!
My best friend and business partner?
Jangles. Oh, and he also witnesses a multiple murderer.
Mass murders happen all at once, like at the post office. Multiple murders are serial killings.
Oh, my bad. Thank you, Bride of Chucky, for clearing that up. You are one of my favorite movies. But at least Roger found Nirvana as a flower, and it was much better than that last time he found Nirvana.
But if I did, it wouldn't matter.
'Cause they're all the same.
I'm Larry.
Abigail. Abigail Lemon Party.
What a nice old lady. What a terrible, horrible old lady name. Oh, God, here we go. Abba, you have a pretty name. Why don't you like it? Abba, you're named after a first lady. That's so cool. Abba, you're the only one in our family who isn't named after an immediate relative like in the Italian tradition. Abba, your name isn't Abby. Shut up, family. Roger exists, so we're talking about him now. The Smiths have traveled to Hawaii, and Steve finds that he can't hang out with anybody because Klaus isn't in the episode for some reason, and we're following multiple plot lines at once. Jeff and Haley want to improve their bedroom life. Francine doesn't want Stan to work on vacation. I know the feeling. And Roger, well...
Oh, God, you're gonna be this old bag all vacation?
You show some respect for your elders. I lived through the Depression and 4 seasons of Caroline in the City.
Oh, that poor woman who doesn't deserve the stuff that happens to her in this episode. Okay. Bear with me, I'm gonna laugh. Abigail Lemon Party, a name I can't say without laughing, wants to move on from the death of her husband Omar, but she doesn't know how people work.
You're a lovely couple. So which one of you is the man? Oh, Omar, you were always the one who was good at small talk.
Part of me wonders if Roger did this to pre-board because he is seen with the airport attendee. Crap, is that gonna be me when I'm old? I mean, I'm already old. Also, BTW, an American Dad alum, needs to go to a con pronto, please. I want to cosplay as her so badly. Anyways, she meets a possible kindred spirit, Larry, who also recently lost his spouse and has gone to Hawaii to find himself. They hit it off, and she shares stories with him, like the fact that she has to read large print books, while Larry says he has to wear a colostomy bag.
Do you have any sunblock in your fanny pack?
It's a colostomy bag.
Hey, chin up. You're alive. It doesn't matter where your poop goes.
Sorry, this will be important later. And he invites her to a luau.
Abigail Lemon Party, would you like to go with me to the luau tonight?
As my grandmother would say, as long as you're not a Puerto Rican.
Oh, but I'm a Puerto Rican. That means I can't go. And I've always wanted to go to a luau. I heard fire is there at the luau. Abigail Lemon Party discovers that Larry is a giant lying liar, and he's with another younger, prettier woman. He abandoned her.
Poor woman, dementia's a terrible thing. Beat it, you old bag.
You're a bad man, Larry!
Oh my God, that jerk. He shouldn't sit on a sandwich with mustard. He should sit on a sandwich with barbecue sauce. That way they'll think his colostomy bag is leaking. Okay, one more time. To get revenge on Abigail Lemon Party's behalf, Roger pretends to be some old dude from when my great-great-grandmother was alive, probably. Because as the child of an unwed teenage mother, I did get to know her.
Zip! Well, that's a strange thing to carry around. I like to leave mine in the toilet. Shall we?
And it works. Abigail, who's not me, gets closure and gets to spread Omar's ashes in the ocean.
I know what you did to our kids, you monster!
Okay, so question. Is Roger also Omar? Because I could totally see that happening. Wait, so does that take away from this entry? Okay, next entry.
You pansies make me sick! Wait for me.
Oh.
This man is a hero, and he deserves every honor there is, and all of the soap and deodorant you can find, roll on and stick, unlike that stupid squirrel. Dr. Klaustis has Roger play around with 2 personas, Dr. Penguin and Sgt. Pepper. Sgt. Pepper, who's not a doctor, and outside of being a reference to the Beatles, is an army man known for his gruff demeanor and voice, and his patriotism.
What a cute beret.
Cute? Puppies are cute! Reese Witherspoon before children was cute! Ma'am, this hat symbolizes the Army's transition into a 21st century fighting force!
Whereas Dr. Penguin, yeah, you know him all too well. He's a nice guy, but the fact he got Stan committed rather than getting paroled took him off the list. Also, not to mention that he tried to have Stan murder a dude who took a pretzel from him. Klaus is upset that Roger is just telling the Smiths to mask their problems. Have you met these people? And playing pretend therapist while Klaus has a real degree in psychology and his viewpoints get ignored.
Listen to me. Relationships are much stronger when they are based on truth and honesty.
Punch a fish, make a wish.
To get Dr. Penguin out of the picture and start the healing, he signed Sgt. Pepper up for the draft to Iraq.
I've been called on to serve.
What? Where?
In Iraq.
Oh, no!
It's all right, ma'am. That's what all that training was for, I suppose.
Wow, this episode aged. God, I'm old. Like, I saw it the week it came out. God, I'm old. It was like 2013, 2014, around there. And I remember thinking, even back then, like, wow, this episode is dated. Point is, I'm old, and the episode is dated. But the point is, Roger gets deployed to Iraq. I should have led with that. And we see his persona 100% loves his country, and would do anything to protect it and the people he loves, which is admirable. Of course, this being Roger, his version of sacrifice is cleaning toilets.
He is the ballsiest outhouse cleaner we got.
Let's do this.
But hey, that's still admirable too. Like, you might look down on a janitor because Roger, in many ways, is basically the military version of a glorified janitor, but no, honestly, if it weren't for janitors, we would be living in scum and filth. You be nice to those janitors, and don't mess up the bathroom. That's not your house. And this dude, he deserves a Purple Heart. He single-handedly went to go clean a toilet, and he got chocolate rain.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Oh, gross. In total, he cleaned 873 toilets.
I'm not quite sure.
Sergeant, I asked you a question.
873.
873. That has to be a record.
Good job. Clap. And even if he is cleared to go home, he still wants to stay.
Sgt. Pepper, you've been officially discharged.
Nothing doing. I can't fit in with civilized society no more.
Oh, this doesn't convince you? Well, what about the ending? Roger discovers that the family won't listen to Klaus, but maybe they'll listen to an authoritative mouthpiece. So he tells them all of Klaus's ideas, as Sgt. Pepper.
Listen up, maggots! You people have major issues. You can't run from them all your lives. You need to face your problems. But...
And obviously, he screams them at the family, but they're more willing to listen. And then he makes it clear they need to thank Klaus.
Hey, no one is dismissed! Not until you thank this fish! These are all his ideas! I'm just an authoritative mouthpiece!
Oh, he really did get Klaus that full quarter hour. Wait, what? That's like 15 minutes. What the hell are you gonna do in that time?
No, I made a gay slur, then he threw it back in my face by acting like the kind of fruit that grows on trees.
Everybody thinks so fast!
Dumb, Frankie. Dumb. But please don't do that. You're a total cinnamon roll. With that white stuff they give you at Cinnabon because you're also Roger. Stan's tree father might potentially be chopped down since the Langley Falls City Council wants to raise it in order to add a new sports stadium. No. How dare you put Langley Falls on the map and potentially stimulate the economy? You obviously need to, stop doing that to save a single tree. The project is going to be led by Dom Fikowski, Roger's asphalt persona. I don't mean that in a bad way. He literally, that's his whole job.
Think of the advantages from an asphalt pouring standpoint. With the new parking lots alone, we're looking at 2 square miles of sizzling hot tarmac.
But Stan is able to protest against it. Yay, the tree is saved for 5 seconds.
Stadium off. To the races. What? Carconi Brothers pick up construction bid after Fikowski drops out.
See, the authority of the new sports stadium, the people who are going to build it, is a contractor brother team called the Carconi Brothers. They sound like cookies, which of course is led by Roger. Aww, but I think I'll have to take points off. Frankie insists that he isn't in charge. He's basically a glorified secretary. And the real...
But I don't control anything around here. I'm just dumb old Frankie. My twin brother Freddy's the boss, and what he says goes. I screw up a lot. Stupid Frankie!
Power lies with his totally real brother, Freddy. Oh, so let me get this straight. We're gonna get this over with. You totally have a brother.
Damn it, Frankie! You just let some nut come in and open my plywood door?
He was so fast, Freddy!
You have a human brother?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, I guess Roger is actually kind of sweet this time. I mean, he does love his mama. He means well. It is possible, even if his mama is basically him, so I have questions about Thanksgiving, but eh.
But puts my ear to the stove for playing with the chickens. How's that figure, you stupid mama? I'm sorry, mama.
Frankie is basically helping Stan with his tree by being Frankie, like subtly telling him what to do. Like telling Stan that if he waits it out a few extra days, then the project will go bust. Or annoying Freddy so he won't bulldoze the tree.
Freddy says once the sun sets, we gotta send the crew home. That means the stadium's dead and he's not gonna take me to Mountain Mike's Pizza. And it's the sauciest pizza!
But in the end, Stan does give up the tree, albeit Frankie is happy about this outcome because yay, Frankie! He gets pizza, and that's all that matters.
He's gone! Frankie gets the pizza!
I want pizza.
Sydney, this is Roger Smith. You screwed with the wrong guy. Prepare to have your life destroyed.
That gentleman has the wrong Sydney. Or he's dyslexic and angry at Disney.
Wow, even one of his nicest personas is a bit of a jerk. Kind of, but I guess anybody pushed into a corner is, like, able to become a jerk. One of my favorite all-time Roger personas is Sidney Hoffman. Or maybe I'm dyslexic and his name is really Disney. But anyway, Roger's credit card gets declined one day, and he finds out it's because a man named Sidney Hoffman was credited as a co-signer and made a huge purchase for a ring.
Sidney Huffman.
Co-signer? I never authorized a co-signer!
Sir, I can't have you lying on the floor and making phone calls.
Roger tracks down Sydney and discovers that, OMG, he might be a bit of a or just a really nice guy. Clearly it's the first one. Sydney works as a Bible salesman. He's a teetotaler who doesn't drink the devil's nectar.
Peaches and cream. Why do I always wake up feeling hungover? I don't even touch the devil's nectar.
He tends to underprivileged pigeons in the park. What the hell? Like, I'm reading this on my phone.
Oh boy, the gang's all here today. Hello, Lennox. Hildegard, slow down and chew. Share, Jedediah. And you I don't know, but welcome.
And also takes care of a huge garden with a random neighbor for the occasional banter. He has a swear jar. Oh my god, that is so stupid. And he has a loving girlfriend in the form of not Audrey, Judy Panowitz.
What a coincidence! I'm a Judy Panowitz!
Sydney basically looks like Frank Sinatra meets Seymour Krelborn. Like, did anybody else get Little Shop vibes watching this episode? Like his boss is Mr. Mushnick? The thing is, Roger doesn't realize until it's too late that Sydney is just another one of his personas gone haywire. As in, Roger forgets he played Sydney and is stuck in like a fugue state whenever that happens. And he spends all episode trying to get revenge on Sydney by ruining his life, such as getting him fired, raping a tree, what the f***, turning his friends into KFC specials, and lying to Judy and saying Sydney's as diseased as a sewer.
And tomorrow, Sydney, I'll destroy the last, most irreplaceable thing in your life. Your possessions!
Oh no! Actually, yeah, oh no. Without getting into the finer details, something like this actually happened to me, so I empathize. But when Roger looks at Sydney's photo, it turns out that...
This must be a photo of the sap. Oh my god. I'm the sap. I'm Sydney.
Yes, we've established this, but the way it's presented, yeah, it's a really good twist. But we're not here to talk about twists, are we? This isn't Eels and Escalators. However, you might be wondering, why did Roger forget he was Sydney? As my spell check changes his name to Disney, so it doesn't seem like such a major joke anymore. Well, he wanted to steal gloves from the department store where Judy worked at, but they were locked behind a case, and only Judy had the key. So he spent weeks romancing her to get her guard down, and made up all of the details of Sydney's life to appeal to her insecurities. Like, Sydney is sober because her last boyfriend was a drunk.
Well, aren't you a good-hearted, employed, sober fella?
Dentine nice?
Who treats me nice? I'm Judy.
I'm Sydney. Sydney Huffman.
He even bought a $1,700 necklace, which is what he put on the credit card, to sell the ruse.
Wait, you spent $700 just to steal $10 gloves?
Shut up!
Yes, Sydney, you don't understand. It's the principle, and I'm sure there's a Bible verse or character that does that. With Judy distracted, he grabbed the gloves, but when he realized he would have gotten her fired, well, he actually felt bad for somebody who wasn't him or one of the Smiths.
Hearing about someone more than myself was a trauma too great for my psyche to bear. something in me split, and a part of me that cared about Judy was born. Sydney.
Oh, how awful, my eyes are bleeding. It's not that time of the month yet. But I guess there is one thing that kinda drags Sydney down. He did put a hit out on Roger, not realizing Roger was him. But the point of Sydney is he's meant to be nice. And honestly, yeah, it was a last resort. He didn't know how to make Roger go away. I mean, he tried it his way and Roger still kept going forward. The police are apparently a foreign concept, and honestly, that does sound like such a Roger thing to do. Like, go above and beyond instead of just like being like, oh yeah, law enforcement, there's a guy that keeps harassing me, can you help me? In the department store changing room, Sydney does continue to chastise Roger for his mistakes. Too bad he had to die, but at least he saved Roger.
Sorry, Sid. You're a good egg. And that cramps my style.
But I like eggs.